This video is going to be about how to stop menstrual cramps. Um, I have been relying on pain medicine, painkillers for ever since my menstrual cycle began. But in recent years, I've been trying to eliminate everything unnatural in my diet. Um, and that would include, these unnatural medications that I also don't want to consume because they're artificial and they have side effects. So I had been wondering because there was a time in history when there weren't any pain medications and the women then were able to deal with it. So I had been wondering and praying and asking God to help me find a way to deal with my menstrual cramps without having to rely on pain medicine. Because in my history, I found out that they cause it in the past. They've caused ulcers, and they've caused mental fogginess, and who knows what else. But they're they're unnatural, so I didn't want to consume them with those side effects and other unknown side effects over time. Who knows what long-term consequences that would have. So this is coming from the perspective of someone who has a clean diet. So I I eat only natural foods, and I don't consume like breads, pastas, cakes, donuts, chips, chocolate, no caffeine. So this is from a clean diet. I found that if you eat only vegetables, fruits, and drink water during your period, you won't have the cramps. Or if you do have cramps, they'll only reach like the level of 2 or maybe even a 3 on a 10-point scale. So they won't, the, the pain level won't go up to the level where you would need pain medicine. So you might feel a little cramping, but it won't reach the level where you'll have to take pain medicine in order to deal with the pain. It would just be a low, like no more than 3, and that will only be temporary if you do this, and that's consuming vegetables, fruits, and water only. Mainly for me, like because I don't consume the breads, caffeine, stuff like that. I had to cut out nuts and meat because nuts and meat were causing that pain level to increase. And the reason why I think that was happening is because the digestive process is interfering with the cramping, with the pushing out of the blood. So I noticed during a recent period that I was having, and this has happened before, when I have severe cramps, I have the um, the sensation that I'm about to vomit because it's almost like you have the pushing in two different directions. Like there's too much going on. Like you have your body's trying to digest, and at the same time, you have this intense cramping. So, what you want to do is cut back on the digestive work that your body is having to do. And when you think about it, meat and nuts it takes more to digest meat and nuts than it does to digest vegetables and fruit. Um, so if you cut out the nuts and the meat just for those days, just for your period, which is like 6 days, then you won't experience the cramping and you won't have to resort to taking pain medicine. So I've done that for the past 2 months now. Like I started last month, and I had prayed about it, and I'd asked about it, and I just got this epiphany, like this insight that you experience this intense cramping after you've consumed meat because your body is working on digesting the meat and at the same time trying to push the blood out, and it just causes extra work. It's like the cramping has to go extra hard in order to push out the blood because at the same time your body is trying to digest the meat and nuts. So cut out the foods that cause heavy digestive activity while you're on your cycle, while you're on your period for those 6 days or so, and you won't have to take pain medicine because the pain won't get to the point where you'll need to. And if it does, if you have a conscious awareness of experiencing some kind of cramping, it won't get to the point where you'll need to take pain medicine. So if you have like with me, I have a 28-day cycle. So if I count 28 days from the day my period started last, then on the 27th day, on the day before your period starts, cut out meat and nuts. Just for those days. Don't cut out meat and nuts, period. No, don't do that. I'm saying just during your cycle, cut out meat and nuts to reduce the cramping. So before that, like up until day 26, you can eat the meats and the nuts and all that. But on day 27, the day before your period, eat only vegetables, fruit, and water. Okay, I advise eating a lot of dark leafy vegetables. Since you're losing blood, eat a lot of dark leafy vegetables. Eat no more than about 5 fruit a day so that you don't have too much sugar in your system. You can eat corn, you can eat peas, of course in moderation. You can eat Brussels sprouts. You can eat carrots. Yeah, so eat all the vegetables you want. Eat fruit, limit to 5 during those 5 or 6 days when you're having your period, when you're having when the blood is coming out, and that way you won't experience cramping. And then immediately after that, you can go back to your regular diet of meats and nuts. And like I said, I don't eat breads, I don't eat fast food, I don't eat junk food, I don't eat fried food, I don't eat French fries. So if you incorporate any other stuff in your diet, I don't know how that will affect cramping. I would assume that the grease and the fried food, the fat and stuff like that would tax your digestive system and would intensify your cramping. That's what I would assume. But this is going from a person who I eat a very clean diet. So fruits, vegetables, and water only during those 5, 6 days or 7 days when you normally experience cramping from your body getting rid of the unused egg. So, and it also eliminates constipation, because some people, like I experienced my constipation maybe the first couple of days or right before my period. So it also eliminates constipation because you're eating vegetables and fruits. So you don't have to deal with the intense constipation. And it might also cut back on bloating. I don't quite know yet. But yeah, this is something I prayed about. And the Most High, He gave me that insight that, stop eating meats and nuts because my diet is clean. So just eat fruits, vegetables, and drink water during your cycle. And you won't need to take pain medicine anymore. All right.